December 23rd, 2024. See down here by the emergency brake down here, there's your brake right there. And then underneath here we got one big ground, clean, super nice wire going into the harness there. That's a big fat ground wire there too. I don't know what size that is, but it's pretty fat, and that goes down in. So that's all been replaced. People saying stuff about ground wires. Anyways, after here on December 23rd, looking at my 4.9, open up here, come on, which is going to get a new distributor, and that's it. I mean, wow, they're huge. Chevy distributors are gigantic. It's almost bigger than the whole engine there. And there's the other one down in there. I think you can see it. So we're going from that to that. And from what I understand, it doesn't look like it'll fit. Oh, there's another ground wire down there in my coil. See that ground wire right there in the center? Right there. That's a ground wire directly to the coil. So make sure every component in here is grounded. There's a ground on the ICM over there. There's a ground up here on the, two grounds over here on the core support. There's another ground over here that's been replaced. There's a ground on the back. Everything's grounded. There's so many grounds on this thing, you wouldn't believe it. The vacuum lines, where'd my vacuum line go? There's a hard line on the end of this line. So the hard lines are replaced. Map sensor lines been replaced. All these little lines, all brand new. The only one that's not replaced, that's original, that one, but it's not broken. So, but they're all good. All the vacuum lines are on it. Lots of grounds, new injectors, cheap Chinesium ones, new throttle position sensor, new EGR valve, a new distributor, wires, plugs, Ford plugs. Where else were we? Oh, it's got a new harmonic balancer. That doesn't have anything to do with the running of the motor, but it was starting to cut into the timing cover, so that's been replaced. But yeah, basically everything in here has been gone through. You can see there's two map sensors right there. The original one, which is tests good, runs good, everything good. And there's a brand new one right there, and I got another brand new one. So we've had 3 of those on there. What else? Somebody else mentioned? Been getting a lot of feedback on this thing. Oh yeah, 2 engine control modules, the main computer down in there, way down there, that back there, right there, that one. Had 2 of those in there. The original manual transmission one is back in it. The other one that I had was for automatic, so it would shoot codes for not in park, and didn't know if it was in 2nd or 3rd gear, so just give it all these automatic transmission errors, because and speed indicator, couldn't tell how fast anything was going. It's not an automatic transmission. Didn't have any of those sensors, so we put the original, and it still bucked. It still did all the same stuff, still ran like crap. And then we put the original one back in, same thing. It runs okay most of the time, but it's been getting a really dead stall in it lately. So my question is, if I put in an HEI distributor, hook the power up there, put this in, time it, get it all hooked up, is the fuel injectors still going to be able to run off the ECM? Is this going to cure the bucking and the hiccuping problem? I don't think so, because we had 2 distributors. We tried 2 different distributors in here. The brand new one that I bought, and another one that my mechanic had on his shelf that he knew was good. Swapped those out, tried it, same thing. So everything we've tried on here has, left it pretty much the way it was. Every single hard line, everything checked, everything plugged, everything cleaned, everything everywhere. What's this thing over here? It's a connector for something. I don't know. What the hell is that? That hasn't been replaced. Anybody know what that is? Huh. And this is a plug for something here. I don't know. Oh, trailer braking or something? I don't know. a good question. I don't know what those are. Because you got these ones down here. Now that's where you hook in your jumper to get your codes flashing on your thing. I don't know what these ones hook to a different kind of analyzer, maybe. I don't know. You have to find out that. But yeah, so I'm kind of itching to get this thing on there. I got to see. I think I'm going to need a set of wires, and then I need to get some stuff out of the way. This thing's huge. This thing. Well, once I take the cap off, it'll be a little bit smaller. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a job. And I can take the coil off, but this big gob of wires in here, which is actually eventually going to go. All that, this hole, there's like an inch. Here, see if we can get a shot of that. See this inch round gob of wires that run between the distributor and the there ain't no room for that with the other distributor in here, so I'm not. That's got to get pulled out of there. I can tell that right now. And eventually, that whole gob of snot's got to go. All that wire's going to be one wire. All this up here, all that's got to go. Those are controlled. Some of those we checked out all that connection wise, and all the little vacuum lines on that are all hooked up. There's just so much junk that's got to go. That whole wad of stuff, the EGR, I'm just going to not plate that off. My other idea, if I can't get the carburetor to work on here, I'll just cut a hole in the top of this, right there in the top of the plenum, and put a 4-barrel spacer on there and JB weld it in or weld it on there, whatever I got to do. And that would probably be the best, most efficient, and performance-wise, it's a big plenum. It's got nice smooth tubes running down in there. It's got the injector style heads with there's a better shaped combustion chamber from what I understand. But we're just going to get rid of the injectors. Going to have to plug those off in this EGR tube. That's got to go. So it's going to be basically stripped down to a tractor motor. All this air pump junk here, all this is going to go. All these tubes here, all this stuff, gone, gone, gone. Air pump down there, gone. So, but I don't want to have to do all of that right away. I just want to swap the distributor and see if it'll run.